A layered flow haircut is a haircut that has been very, very popular. However, it's literally just a layered haircut. And I've even taken credit, I think, for starting the phrase flow because I've been doing videos like this for so many years. But really what it comes down to, and if you want to have a haircut that does have a nice flow to it, think about the word flow. You think about everything just kind of working into itself, having a nice transition. Everything seems to be seamless. Well, if you have the proper layered haircut, as you can see that I've done on this mannequin, everything will look like it's flowing into itself. And that's simply because when you have a haircut, and the way I cut hair is more of a rounded shape. Rounded shape means that everything is held straight out from the head. And the reason I do that for most of my haircuts is because the hair grows out from the head like this, right? All like this. And if you follow that pattern, it's gonna have the most natural looking flow that you can get. If you change the shape of the haircut, meaning if I cut more of a square shape where it's cut this way, very boxy, and these corners here are left, you can see how I cut those corners, but I leave the corner long and then I make this short here, very, very boxy. It's gonna be very flat here and then have more layers down to here. So it's something where if you wanna have the hair closer to the head and not be so full and voluminous, then that is where a square shape would work, or a triangular shape where it's going shorter into longer. But if you're somebody who wants to have that hair really, really balanced, then you have to make sure that everything is being cut and layered properly. I'm calling myself the layer king because literally there's so many people out there who are doing haircuts who just don't understand how to do it properly. And out of the hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of videos that I see being posted daily from barbers who are now starting to, demonstrate their hair cutting abilities, from someone who's an actual hairstylist who specializes in hair cutting, I see a lot of things that are not being done properly. What's happening is they look really cool by doing this for 25 minutes to create one section and then holding the hair a certain way. And I mean, trust me, some of it looks better than really what's happening. All you really need to do is make sure that your hair is being cut and layered the proper way. And that is based off of creating a rounded type of shape. So another thing you have to basically take into consideration is where do you want to see these pieces? So if I were to basically cut this to about, let's just say here, it's then going to spring up to here and the layers are going to be much more on top here. So as I zoom in like this, take a look at the length right in through here. This comes all the way down to here. Wherever the hair travels this way, it's going to travel back. Okay, look at how I'm demonstrating this once again. It's very, very simple. I'm pulling this all the way down and then watch how it travels back. So the longer the hair is here, the longer it's going to be here. If I were to cut this, say, right here, this short, this piece would only travel to here. It wouldn't have much room. So if you're somebody who is always having issues where the hair is falling in the face like this too much, what's happening is that it doesn't have that length and it's not going to be able to work into the rest of the hair, aka flow back this way. The biggest question I get all the time, every single day from people, whether it's here on YouTube or on social media through DMs, is what do I say to my barber? What do I say to my hairstylist? Who do I go to, a barber or a hairstylist? In my opinion, if you are looking for someone to create a good layered haircut, then I would suggest going to a hairstylist. But here's the catch and here's the issue, is there are a lot of hairstylists who necessarily don't like doing men's hair. Because I've been working in salons for over 30 something years and been around thousands of stylists, there are a lot of stylists who just don't want to cut men's hair, right? Or they're intimidated by men's hair, or they don't like doing short hair. They'll do it, but that's not their thing. They'd rather do highlights and color jobs and big jobs all day. Whereas you go to a barber, they may be really good with clipper work. However, they don't understand the proper way to cut hair on top or layer hair the right way. And I've seen how they do it. It's just like them critiquing someone trying to do a skin fade when that's what they specialize in, and meanwhile, maybe a hairdresser doesn't do skin fades. So they're critiquing them the same way we critique their cutting abilities. Now, I would do your research. You have to go on social media, and it depends. If you want a longer feather type of hairstyle like this, my first reaction would be go to a hairstylist, but a hairstylist who does a lot of men's hair and short hair. Go on Instagram, look at their website, look at the work they're doing. Make sure you're seeing things like this. You have to spend time to do the research. Can you do this yourself at home? I strongly advise not to do it unless you are somebody who is watching one of my videos or has watched numerous videos of mine, and you're doing it on someone else in the household and you're following it step by step. You have all the time in the world. You can spend an hour, hour and a half perfecting it, whatever you gotta do. That is a bit more acceptable, okay? But learning how to layer hair is something that's taken me years and years and years to perfect. It's not like you can watch one haircut video and then you're the best hair cutter in the world if you're not a professional. It really comes down to practice and understanding how hair moves, because one cut that's out of place or one cut that's wrong, it's gonna be a complete disaster. So once again, make sure that you're getting the right haircut shape. And if you don't know what haircut shapes are, I've been saying this for a long time and there's been a lot of downloads of this, but I created 2 different PDF downloadable ebooks. They're only $10 each. One is for men's hair and one is for women's hair on understanding haircut shapes. Everyone and all these fake hair gurus, all they talk about is face shapes. The best haircut for your face shape, but they have no idea what a haircut shape is because they're not real professionals. I am giving away the secrets of what haircut shapes are. Round, square, triangular, and then those haircut shapes, what are the best face shapes for those haircut shapes. So in these ebooks, they're only $10 each. You can go to view products right down below here, click on it, and you can get it. Just wait like 10 seconds after you purchase it, then you can download it, and it will teach you all about what haircut shapes are. So make sure you find someone who understands that. Again, I tend to cut more of a rounded shape for something like this because that's where the hair grows out from the head. So I'm cutting it in the way and in the steps and the layers of how it naturally falls. That has been the most successful for me, unless I'm doing something very, very specific where I don't want volume in some areas. And then lastly, make sure you understand how long do you want your hair. You can have all this short here, but all of this has to flow into it. So again, how long do you want it? And then finding someone who understands haircut shapes and can give you a good haircut. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.